According to USA Today, Africans are being sold at Libya's slave markets thanks to Hillary Clinton. Remember when she joked about "we came, we saw, he died" in reference to Muammar Gaddafi? Here's the video here.
And that is the land of unconfirmed witnesses.
Yes, we came, we saw, he died.
Did it have anything to do with your visit?
No.
Where she laughed about the leader of another country being killed by U.S. forces and allies. But black Americans are being sold into open-air slave markets, and it's Hillary Clinton's fault. But you won't hear much about it from the news media or foreign policy pundits, so let me explain. Footage from Libya released recently by CNN showed young men from sub-Saharan Africa being auctioned off as farm workers in slave markets. Now, we've seen this happening right as soon as we took down Gaddafi. We heard about the black Africans being killed and put in harsh prisons and stuff like that right after we took out Gaddafi. And remember, even though Gaddafi was a dictator, he did try to uplift Africa. He did bring aquifers into the desert, and he was bringing back the dinar, which I believe is one of the reasons that we took him out. And another reason why we took him out is because we wanted to send weapons through there to ISIS. More on that later in another video. But and now, how did we get to this point? As BBC reported back in May, Libya has been beset by chaos since NATO-backed forces overthrew long-serving ruler Colonel Muammar Gaddafi. And who was behind the overthrow? None other than then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Under President George W. Bush in 2003, the United States negotiated an agreement with Libyan strongman Gaddafi. The deal, he would give up his weapons of mass destruction peacefully, and we wouldn't try to dispose him. That seemed a good deal at the time, but the Obama administration didn't stick to it. Instead, an operation spearheaded by Clinton, the United States went ahead and toppled him anyway. So we stabbed him in the back after we made a deal with him. The overthrow turned out to be a debacle. Libya exploded into chaos and civil war, and refugees flooded Europe, destabilizing governments there. But at the time, Clinton thought it was a great triumph. We came, we saw, he died, like I showed you in the video. It's surprising the extent to which Clinton has gotten a pass for this debacle, which represents a humanitarian and strategic failure of the First Order. And of course, the damages are still compounding. How likely is North Korea's Kim Jong-un going to give up his nuclear weapons after seeing this worthlessness of the United States promises to Gaddafi? No country would trust us now because of this. Why would they make a deal with us if they can't trust us? Back during the brief stint in the Democratic primary, former Senator James Webb raised the issue, saying America blew the lid off the series of tribal engagements. You can't get to Tripoli airport right now, much less Benghazi. But as the Libya disaster continues to unfold, Clinton's role in it gets surprisingly little attention. She's getting cover from the media, of course, the mainstream media. Still, back in 2012 presidential campaign, Vice President Biden told a group of African Americans that the GOP was going to put you all back in chains. But it turned out that the Clintons' policy that led to black people being sold. And some ponder another Hillary Clinton run in 2020 that's worth pointing out. And I hope she do run for 2020. It's going to be a disaster. I thank you for listening. Please comment and let me know what you think about Hillary Clinton and what she did in Africa and what she did to Gaddafi. And please come to DEMOCREPUBLIX.com for the latest in news. As you can see here, I post regularly the latest news, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thanks. We live in living on alien nightmare. Watch out for Big Brother. Watch out for Big Brother. We living on alien nightmare. Watch out for Big